level up, 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 level up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Coach Tiffany Parr with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine. We are taking center stage on the Own It publishing platform. I'm going to go ahead and bring my special guest on in. She's going to boogie with me. We're going to level it up just a little bit. Come on in, Dr. Marcea.
Hey.
Yes. Hey.
Love it.
Oh, welcome, Dr. Marcea. Oh my goodness, I tell you, y'all, we had a little technical difficulty earlier, so I'm just giggling inside right now, but I'm so glad we are finally here live with you.
Yes.
We've got Dr. Marcea here. Dr. Marcea, tell all my audience here today, who is Dr. Marcea?
I just want to say thank you, Tiffany, for having me on. For starters, to those that are watching, I am Dr. Marcea, and I am a physician. I am your master destiny life coach. I'm an author and I'm a speaker. I am the CEO of In Full Bloom Health and Life Coaching, and also the founder of Women Are Ready to Move Academy. And I help professional women, one, to discover who they are again, to decide what they want, and then to deliver on their destiny.
Yes. So she just mentioned she's a speaker, and you already know, Dr. Marcea, we got to talk about this real quick. So we've got the Sean Fair Leadership Conference coming up here shortly, and I know you are part of the Let Tour. So let's talk about that. When is that?
Yeah, so that is dropping on a Saturday. We are about to fly out this week. We are so excited to be a part of Sean Fair's Leadership Experience Tour. There are lots of speakers that are coming from around the globe. He has a lot of speakers that are coming from the UK this tour, and that is just going to blow it out the water. But we are ready. We are ready to put some sizzle on the stage.
Yes. Y'all better get your Let ticket, okay? So you can see Dr. Marcea tell her wonderful journey, and also see some amazing speakers on that platform as well. Awesome. Absolutely. I can't wait. So I know you've been a physician for over 25 years. What prompted you to get into life coaching? Because that's, completely different arena.
So yes, you would think they are. And so when you look at them on paper, they're different. But then what happens is that when I got into a room with a patient, there are things that from a doctor perspective, I want them to do. But the disconnect comes when the patient doesn't want to do it. The patient doesn't have the desire to take that blood pressure pill or to exercise or whatever. And so what I've learned is that the life coaching piece, one, you have to get on their map. You have to decide what drives them. Yeah. And then you inspire them by their own goals instead of my goals for them. And so that is just the key piece. If I had more time with each patient, that would have been so great. But you have a limited amount of time. Right. You're trying to get to an end. But what I've learned is to pull back and have that conversation, kind of wait and uncover their why, and then go from there.
I love that. I love how you incorporated that, because, when you go into a doctor's office, a lot of times it's so impersonal. It's just get in there, let me check you out real quick. They're not really asking too many questions, just the particulars that they need to, but there's no real connection. So I love how you've taken that and really been able to, get that connection so you can find out how they can really get to those goals that they need. I just love that.
Absolutely. So important. So needed.
Definitely. So what's the inspiration behind your book, Marked from Birth? That's releasing this Saturday. Y'all. Get the book this Saturday.
Yes. So what was amazing was that I was able to combine the book release with the Leadership Experience Tour. And so we're doing it all together. So it's just going to be an exciting time. And so the book is called Marked from Birth, The Transformational Journey from Flawed to Fabulous. And my journey started with this birthmark on my face. It's this green patch that I've had since birth, but it took me through highs and lows. A lot of the lows of not liking it, feeling different, feeling ugly. And it took me 10 years to get to a place when I was in college. I'm like, you know what? I have to accept it. I have to accept me. And if people aren't going to like me because of it, they weren't going to like me without it. And so I stepped into this self-awareness, this self-love, but it took 10 years. And so my whole goal for this book is to share the journey and to allow others to come alongside. So it doesn't take you 10 years, right? It's so something, so it can take you maybe a few weeks, maybe a couple of months at the most, to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. And that's fabulous.
That is fabulous. So what are some key figures in your life?
Oh, so inspiration. I would have to start with my parents and my relationship with Jesus Christ. So my parents were killed in a car accident it's been about 15 years or so by now. And that was a pivotal moment in my life. But when I look back and I see their inspiration, my mother was very strong. She was the one who, you check the boxes. If something was happening that was going awry, you wanted her to be in the boat because she was going to be able to fix it and get you where you needed to be. My father, he was the feeler, and he wanted to make sure that you were okay, that he wanted to make sure that you laughed, that at the end of the day that you were good. And so just to see both of those influences also kind of working at the same time in me they're in my heart always. And when I see them in me, it just makes me smile and say, you know what, I'm going to be okay.
Oh my goodness. So tell me, what is a book out there that has really inspired you most?
So the one that pops in my head, the first one is the Bible. And I get a lot of inspiration, or I pull from that as well. And so I kind of go there. And then I have a confession to make, is that I have lots of books, but I may not have gotten to the end of them. And so I read a little bit, and then I pick up another book, I read a little bit. So I don't have one. I probably have, I have several on my nightstand that I'm still kind of picking away at.
Now, what are some of those books?
So, oh gosh, and I'm trying to look. I'm gonna have to peek over to kind of see what. Oh, Women Evolve. I just saw that. That was a gift for Mother's Day, and that is by Sarah Jakes Roberts. And so that's a pretty good one. So I'm gonna stick with that one.
Thank you. So as you went through your writing journey, what do you feel was the hardest part of the journey?
The hardest part was actually getting ready to write. And I have all of the thoughts in my head, but to actually get them out on paper was difficult. And one of the things I learned about myself just this past week is that I did a personality test, and I am considered an innovator. And innovators love to come up with ideas, but then we have difficulty in the implementation phase. And so I always thought that was procrastination, but it really is connected, but I'm really just an innovator. And I love the new idea. I love kind of looking at, okay, what can I do next? And so I get so excited, but then the implementation piece, that's where I struggle. And so I think, so when you add that into a book setting, it caused me to delay getting the book out. And actually, this has been a 2-year journey.
Oh, wow.
It's been a 2-year journey. So to have this book finished is a major, can I say major?
Yeah.
Major hurdle, accomplishment, celebration for me.
Yes, I celebrate with you, because I tell you, it's tough. And I will say I share that innovator inside with you, because I have so many ideas all the time. Yes, let's do this. And then, I would joke around and say, I've got, it's almost like the attention disorder, in a sense, but it's just with the ideas. Like I could focus on other things. So I get it, because there's so many things that I have not finished yet. And I do have books myself that I have started. I've got 4 on my nightstand that I've started and haven't finished yet. So I completely understand.
I feel you.
So you're a physician, a speaker, an author, a coach. I mean, you have so many different hats that you wear. You have children too. How do you do it all? That's a balancing act right there.
Right. Look, I've had people DM me after I posted something. They're like, you know what? I need you to tell me how you do it. And truthfully, there are days where I'm like, I don't know how I do it. But one thing that I will say is that there are people who you care for, and then there are people who you serve. And when I'm doing the coaching, they're the people who I'm serving. And so it's connected to my purpose. And so when I'm doing that, it's not like it's work. Yeah. Sure, I get tired. Yes, there are other things I need to take care of. But when I'm in this zone, in this lane, it's everything is coming together. All the things are firing, and it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah. That is so special when it gets like that. I always tell my fitness clients, we got to make it feel fun. It's got to feel just completely fun. Because when it starts feeling like work, y'all going to stop doing it. You're not going to come anymore, because now it feels like too much work. Exactly. So I just love that you said that. So what is your idea about fitness, and anything you want to share about your routine or the approach that you take to health and fitness?
Yes, I struggled. And so you would think, me being a physician, that I would have the fitness thing down. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't. And part of it is because I am a physician, because of the training that I had to go through. I remember being on call every third night. I remember being up, just the stress of having to get into the hospital, making sure all of the patients were taken care of. By the end of the night, the last thing I'm doing is going to the gym. Right. And so there were many years, I would say, that I did not take care of myself as far as from a fitness perspective. Mm-hmm. And what I've learned in my later years is that fitness doesn't have to look like what someone else's fitness looks like. That's right. And I'm thinking, okay, I have to go to the gym and spend, 2 hours. And I'm like, no, I just need to do 30 minutes, several days a week. And because the real money is in your diet.
That's right. 80% of it is diet.
And if you address the diet piece, then you have less to do on the fitness side. But then now this comes into a mindset, life coaching thing, is that what I always wanted. I wanted to be able to wake up in the morning and go exercise. And instead of trying to do that, there's a switch with the type of coaching that I do, which is transformational habit change coaching, is that instead of having to decide, having to make yourself do it, the tweak comes when you become it on the inside. And now you don't have to think about it. You walk in what you've already become. Right. And that's the powerful piece.
Because you got to make it's automatic, right? When you get up, again, you make it fun, and you got to try to leave the excuses behind as well, and make it that it's you first. And I think when we have that mindset of us first, that really is a game changer. I wake up at 4:00 every morning, and even on weekends, a lot of times. Okay, I'm gonna share a little story with you. This past Friday, I decided to go and try to be younger than I am. Okay, we went skating, and I was moving a little faster than I need to, and I fell. And I fell right on my derriere, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm still bruised up and hardly able to sit here. But I had to get out there and just do it. When you have that just do it kind of attitude, and really that commitment that, again, this is your temple, and we have to feed it good food. Yes, you can cheat here and there. I mean, I cheat too. I think everybody does, The Rock included, right? And then that exercise, just getting up, maybe even if it's just getting a Fitbit and saying, hey, I'm going to do 5,000 steps today. or, you go to the grocery store and you park, across the parking lot, and, so you can get some extra steps. And there's so many little things that you can do that, make it your fitness. Like you said, it's not everybody's fitness. I mean, I love going to the gym. I also love doing my online coaching, in my living room, but that's not for everyone. Lifting weights is not for everyone. It's recommended from me, but it's not for everyone.
Right.
So it is just finding that thing that's most fun for you. So what does your fitness, regimen kind of look like now for you?
So right now I am getting up. I usually exercise every day, even if that off day is like stretching or just going for an evening walk. But I love to hit it early in the morning, so I don't have to think about it anymore. And what I noticed is that exercise is my needle mover. Everybody has that thing that moves everything else along. And so when the fitness is on point, that means I'm eating better. That means I'm making better choices in my, my day to day. It means I'm drinking my water.
Yes.
It means I'm maybe even tracking what I'm eating. And so that is, I do cardio every other day. I add in some weights on the off days. And so maybe some stretching, maybe some yoga. I've gotten into Pilates a little bit. So that's what it looks like.
Oh, I love it. I'm still just like shocked at just how you're able to just handle it all. Okay. How many children do you have?
I have two. My daughter's 18 and my son is 14.
Wow. And those teenage years, you just gotta love them, right? Now, are your kids into, are they active? Are they into sports, things like that?
They are active. Both of them play, or have played. My daughter put her basketball shoes aside, but they both play basketball. We're very active. We've done all of the teams. We've done the varsity. We've done the travel. We've done the AAU. We did the training. She's had separated shoulders.
Ooh.
She had a tear in her groin. I mean, we have done it all. Physical therapy, then trying to tighten up the muscles around her shoulder. I mean, we've done it all.
Wow. And you just said, okay, they were in travel leagues too. So again, that's even more stuff that you're doing. You are a superwoman for real. I'm just gonna say that.
I don't. I have no. I tell you, I have no idea how I did it, but I did it. I'm doing it, and we're making it happen.
It's just so inspiring. It really is, because you have those people that, they're working that 9 to 5 job, and they're just feeling like I can't do anything. And maybe they don't have kids, or maybe the kids are, gone, and but just to have just so much on your lap, it's just so inspiring.
Thank you.
So, what would you want the reader to take away from your story in your book?
The take-home message from the book is that your flaw, that thing that you hate about yourself, the thing that you haven't figured out why you even have it, the thing that you're mad about, you're asking God why, that thing is also your superpower.
That's right. And I think you got to ask yourself, why not me, right? Why not me?
Why not? Exactly.
It's a gift from God. It really is.
Exactly.
And that's what we got to see. Wow. So if I told you that you couldn't do something, or that it was impossible, what would you say your response would be?
Excuse me? I didn't hear you quite well. No. I don't speak impossible. So, and that is something that my mother, she started. She said, you never quit. So even if it was a dance class or it was a piano lessons, if you were in the middle of your number of sessions and you wanted to quit, she was like, no, we don't quit. And she was like, oh. And so what that did is started me saying, you know what? I don't quit. And even when that has been tested over the years. Mm-hmm. And so each challenge, there's a whole nother level of not quitting. And so once I lock in and say, you know what, this is what I need, this is what I want, there is nothing that's going to stop me.
Nothing is impossible, y'all, at all. Nothing. You can get through anything. I mean, we've got people out there beating cancer. We got people out there that I've got a friend of mine that had the whole left side of her body broken pretty much in a car accident. And
Wow.
it's been some years, and she wanted to go on a hike. And I hope she listens to this because she was so inspirational out there. She got past that 3 mile mark and finally was like, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm feeling like I'm done. I said, okay. She says, but I got to keep going because we're not to the car yet. So I'm going to keep going. I said, well, no, honey, you can sit down. Don't worry about it. Sit down. I'll go get the car. I'll come back and get you. No, no, no. I got this. I got this. And it was just, it doesn't matter what you've gone through. You just have to have that mindset to keep pushing through, regardless of what it is, and it's just, wow, just so.
It's me versus me.
It is us versus ourselves. Don't you think we're our biggest critic, and we really are our worst enemy in so many ways, don't you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All day long, all day strong. And so my answer to that now is game on.
Game on. Okay. Look, just getting out on that stage. Now, have you because I know Sean's stages are pretty large. So have you been on some pretty large speaking stages in the past?
So because I started speaking during COVID, and because we were virtual, actually Sean's stage was my first in-person stage. Wow. So yeah, so that's pretty cool.
That is really cool. And see, and I felt like Sean's stage was impossible for myself back when I first said yes. And, I actually have you heard of EFT tapping?
I do. I love it.
I use EFT to get on that stage and to actually, before I got on there, and just a tip for some of the speakers that are going out there, if they're feeling that, those butterflies and things like that, try the tapping. If you know it, Dr. Marcea, get in that room on Saturday and go around and seriously help them find those tapping points, because I feel like I came out so much more courageous because I found my favorite tapping points and I was doing those affirmations and really, really hitting that in there. So
that's pretty cool. Awesome. Love it.
So tell me, is there an inspirational message or, some final words that you would like to give to our audience today?
So the one thing that I love to leave is the thought that you get to create your own experience in the world. And regardless of what is happening, you have the ability to course correct. And it starts here. It doesn't start outside of you. It starts here. Decide what it is you want. Decide what you have to do to get there. And then you take the empowered action, the thing that's going to get you there, and do it. Yeah. Just do it. You get to decide.
Write it down. Write it down, please. So I'm going to share the link for Dr. Marcea's book. So please get out there. This Saturday is the launch for March from Birth. So let's get out there. Let's support. We definitely want to get this story out there. You are so amazing, Dr. Marcea. And I want to thank you so much for joining us. And I definitely want to invite you to come back. I would love to hear about your experience with the leadership tour, and y'all get those tickets to the leadership tour this Saturday as well. You definitely are going to want to watch Dr. Marcea and all the other amazing speakers out there as well. You're going to learn some things. You're going to take away some great things that are going to help you through your life. And yeah, so thank you so very much.
Thank you, Tiffany, for having me. I love the cover. You did a great job, you and your team, and I just can't wait until the next time we're able to chat.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today on our Sunday. And actually, it's Memorial Day weekend. So thank you so much. Happy Memorial Day. If y'all are out there, got the barbecues going, enjoy, be safe. And definitely, if you want to subscribe to Phoenix Fitness Fanatics, you will see our cover girl, Dr. Marcea. She was our cover for our May issue. And we definitely want to hear some more from her. So love you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And we will catch you next time. Take care.